With violence escalating in Ukraine in recent weeks, Democratic and Republican lawmakers are increasing the pressure on President Obama to provide weapons to Ukraine. Many have strongly condemned what they call the aggression from Russian President Vladimir Putin, including Republican Senator Lindsey Graham.
This is a fight between a struggling democracy and an autocratic dictatorship, and we should take sides.
Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko appealed directly to a joint meeting of the U.S. Congress in September. He asked for military equipment, saying his small army is no match for the pro-Russian separatists backed by Russian tanks and heavy artillery.
Please understand me correctly. Blankets, night vision goggles are also important, but one cannot win the war with the blankets. Even more, we cannot keep the peace with the blanket.
Both the House and the Senate responded, giving the president the authority to spend $350 million over 3 years to provide so-called defensive weapons to the government of Ukraine. Those could include anti-tank weapons, ammunition, and radars for use on Ukraine's eastern front. Some analysts say raising the stakes for Mr. Putin could make him more likely to accept a truce. Frances Burwell is with the Atlantic Council.
This is about creating higher costs for the Russian military and the personnel who are in Ukraine as irregulars, if we will. So there are lots of reports that some of these Russian soldiers who have been killed have been buried in unmarked graves and things like that.
Other analysts say they fear that arming Ukraine could provoke an unpredictable reaction from President Putin, who blames the fighting in Ukraine on Western interference. William Pomerantz of the Keenan Institute spoke via Skype.
By providing lethal military assistance, do we escalate the crisis? And by escalating the crisis, does Russia actually control the level of escalation? Because whatever the U.S. provides for Ukraine, Russia can easily match and indeed increase aid for the separatists.
Pomerantz and other analysts also point out that sending arms to Ukraine runs the risk of creating a bigger gap between the United States and its European allies. At the White House Monday, President Obama and German Chancellor Angela Merkel both emphasized that the U.S. and Europe are absolutely committed to defending the territorial integrity of Europe. Cindy Saine, VOA News on Capitol Hill.